Hey y'all, this has been a long awaited video and everybody's been asking for it, so I'm finally gonna give it to y'all. This is me just showing y'all the product that I use on my brows, thinking that it was gonna focus, but it didn't, and that was my face after it didn't focus. And then this is the angled eyeliner brush that I use to fill in my brows. So I'm gonna start by taking that product, just a little bit of it, and I'm gonna line the bottom of my brows. I'm rubbing off the excess on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna line my brows. So I start from the beginning of my brow all the way to the end, and I go very slowly with this because although we're gonna put concealer on to clean it up, you still want your brows to look as precise as possible so that you have only a little bit of work. And I'm showing you that my brows don't really have a end point, so I kind of draw it on with the product. You can see that my brows have been extended from the line that I'm drawing with the product. And I'm gonna fill in the top, and in a little bit I'll show you that you don't want to start at the beginning of your brow. You want to start about like 1/5 away from the beginning of your brow because you don't want your brows to look too harsh. You want an ombre effect, so it's going to be lighter in the front and darker in the tail of your brow. So you want to focus mainly on getting that tail nice and dark and the rest of your brows a little bit darker, and then leaving no product on the front of the brow. And you're gonna use a spoolie, as you will see in the next clip, to put products on the front of your brow so that there's not a obvious divide. And this is me showing you that you shouldn't start at the beginning. You should only fill in the tail and the body of your brow. And then I'm going to use this dual-ended spoolie, and I got this from an Ardell eyeliner, so I don't know if you're going to be able to find it in your local Sally's or whatever. That's where I got it from. And then I'm using that spoolie to blend the body with the front of my brow, just to make sure that there's no harsh lines and everything just blends seamlessly, and there's that ombre that I was telling you about. So I'm giving you a close-up so that you can see how the brows should look after you've filled them in. And this is me showing you the finished eyebrow, well, almost finished, and the non-finished eyebrow. And you just want to mess around with the spoolie a little bit, clean up your brow if needed. And then I'm taking this LA Pro Girl Conceal, which is obviously upside down, and I didn't see that. I get really excited about concealer, don't know why, don't ask why. And I'm going to use that to clean up my brows and get them nice and perfect. This concealer is my go-to concealer, and I'm taking this flat brush. I think it's a shader brush or a flat shadow brush. I don't know where I got it from because I've had it for so long, but I take a little bit of product and I use that to clean up the bottom of my brow. With this concealer and the brush, you want to go very slowly so that you don't make any mistakes, because this is going to be your final product. So you want everything to be nice and clean. You want a clean eyebrow look. You don't want anything to look jagged. You want everything to be straight. So I go very slowly with this step. And then I use the other side of this brush to drag down the concealer so there's no harsh lines. And if you were to use flash, it wouldn't show up as just two light colored lines on your face. So I'm gonna use that to kind of blend the concealer down, and keep doing that until the line is almost blending into your eyelids or your eye crease. And I use my fingers sometimes to clean it up. And then you'll see in the next clip that I'm going to take a blending brush from e.l.f. It's their eye blending brush, and I'm gonna use that to blend out the concealer even further, because I don't like the highlighted, too much highlight underneath my brow. So I'm gonna use that brush with a little bit of brown shadow on it, and I'm gonna blend out the concealer just for an even more natural looking brow. You wanna be careful with the powder and the blending brush. You want to blend it out with your fingers, because you don't want too much powder underneath your brow, because then it does start to look a little cakey. So just keep blending. Blending is always your best friend. So I like to blend a lot. And then I'm going back in with this flat defining brush or whatever, and I'm going to now carve out the top of my brow. And you want to be extra careful with this step, because this is gonna get, like, this is the final step. So once you do this, it's over with. Like, you can see that you can make the art smaller if you want to. You can leave it big, and you can give your eyebrow a tail so that it's not too short, and you can make it shorter if it's too long. So, and then you kind of want to clean up and use the same method that you used on the bottom, except going upward now, so that there's not too much concealer on top of the brow. And then you're gonna keep doing that and dragging the concealer just to clean up the brows. And you want to keep doing that because you want your brows to be as clean as possible. You want a very clean, precise looking brow. And then use your finger. Once again, your fingers are your best friend, okay? There's nothing wrong with rubbing your fingers on your face unless they're dirty. You obviously would want to wash your hands before doing your makeup, so that there is a clean environment. And I like to take this brush and and kind of rub it through the beginning of my brow, and then go back in with the same blending brush with a little bit of brown powder and clean off the excess concealer, and just get the brow nice and natural looking with just a little bit of highlight on top. And this is me singing along to some music that I was listening to. But yeah, you just want to keep blending and getting rid of that excess concealer. And then I also take the blending brush and go into the front part of my brow, and so that way there is a little bit of an ombre with that brown powder right there. And these are just pictures of the final products. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for my next video. Comment what you want to see.